people are saying that the pro-Palestinians are the hateful ones, that they're the ones who are anti-Semitic. They're definitely anti-Israel, or they're at least calling out and against what Israel is doing. They might be against Israel as a country, certainly against Israel and their behavior. But this man is yelling at pro-Palestinian protesters, saying that they are blinded by hate. He's very hateful when he yells at them. And he's actually saying that what they're doing is fashionable, that they're just following trends. And that's why they're actually out there protesting. Watch this.
These women here, go to Gaza. You want to go talk in Gaza? These women, they can't talk in Gaza. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's become fashion. It's fashion. It's fashion, this bullshit. It's fashionable. Yes. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it? How many bombs? France, in Syria, here, London. All it is an excuse to hate Jews. It's us. The problem's us, innit? It's us. You think tomorrow, if there was no Israel, this problem would be solved? They kill each other. What, genocide? We're the worst that committed genocide. The population has tripled in the last 10 years. Genocide. These people they're idiots. They're idiots blind by hate.
It's really fascinating to me, this conflation between Jews and Israel. Certainly this man, he sounded like he was Jewish because he kept saying us, we're the problem. And he's saying you people just hate Jews. And protesters, the pro-Palestinian protesters, or those who are demonstrating against the treatment of Palestinians at the hands of Israel, are protesting a foreign government. This is a foreign Middle Eastern government. Most people have never even traveled over there. Most Jews do not live there. And yet there's this conflation that if you criticize Israel, you are criticizing Jews. Now, I certainly don't feel that way about Vietnam. If you criticize the Vietnamese government, the communist Vietnamese government, which I have many criticisms of, I'm not called a self-hating Vietnamese person. I'm not, I don't accuse people who criticize Vietnam, for example, the government, of being anti-Vietnamese and hating Vietnamese people, and then saying, I don't feel safe in this country because you are criticizing the Vietnamese, or even calling for, or even wishing that the war lasted longer. Perhaps. Maybe you're the person that wishes the Vietnam War went on longer, or somebody who championed the Vietnam War. And the conflation to then say, well, then you must just hate Vietnamese people, or, that when you criticize Vietnam, you're criticizing me. This conflation is very bizarre. Certainly, China, many people are criticizing China. And then in the same breath, they say, yes, I criticize China, but I am not against Chinese people. It's not about the people, it's about the country. And the very same people, often conservatives, who are the ones criticizing China and then saying, I don't hate Chinese people, I just don't like the government of China. The Chinese people are great. China is the problem. Those very same conservatives are saying, if you criticize Israel, you're criticizing all Jews. So the hypocrisy there is very fascinating. And the conflation actually is causing more anti-Semitism. If you are a person like this gentleman there who's yelling at all these protesters saying, you're blaming me, no one was blaming him. He's British, living in the UK, clearly. Maybe he's got Israeli citizenship. I don't know. He sounded British with his accent. And he's saying, you criticizing Israel, a foreign government, is you criticizing me. If he's taking ownership of Israel, sounds like he's taking ownership of Israel in a way, then that will breed anti-Semitism. So the conflation itself is the problem. This is a foreign government. Same thing with the American government. Many of us criticize the American government. Many of us criticize the endless wars that the United States engages in. Are we self-hating Americans? Some would say so. Yeah, certainly that criticism's out there. You hate the country. You hate America. If you hate it, then get out. We should be able to criticize our government. Our government does not make the best choices. Those same people who say, get out if you don't like our country, are also the same people saying, oh, those elites, those establishment elites, they're running our government. They're rich. They're trying to censor us now. They're trying to call us terrorists after January 6th. Again, that hypocrisy. We've got to try to stay consistent with our thoughts and our lines of reasoning.